A new Sky News documentary called The Real Cost of Net Zero will tonight lift the lid on Australia's pursuit of a greener future. Our political contributor, Chris Uhlmann, will examine what Labor's commitment to achieving 82% renewables by 2030 and net zero emissions by 2050 really means for Australia. For a preview of the doco, I'm joined by the man himself, Chris Uhlmann. Chris, thanks so much for your time. I think this is one of the most important documentaries we've ever made here at Sky News, but what do you want people to get out of it when they watch it tonight?
I want people to understand what's really happening with the electricity grid and why the promise of a greener and cheaper future, and let's not forget that's what it was, that it would be greener and that it would be cheaper, was never going to happen, even at the time that it was promised. Because the cost of electricity is not set by the lowest cost of generation, it's set by the highest cost of generation. Wind and solar, when they're put into a grid at scale, leave massive supply gaps. Those supply gaps get filled by something. At the moment, the dominant source of generation is, of course, brown and black coal, a relatively cheap source of power over a long period of time. As they exit the marketplace, what's going to happen? Well, the price will more often be set by pumped hydro, as it is at the moment. In fact, most of the last quarter was set at major generators pumped hydro, or gas, another expensive option, or, guess what, batteries, the most expensive option of all if you discount using diesel generators, which we do in places like South Australia to keep the lights on. So what we're doing is actually preposterous, ridiculously expensive, and you could argue that it's not green because of the amount of land that's going to have to be given over to these occasional gatherers, these energy gatherers.